Hi and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. New angle, Lauren. This isn't where I'm planning on doing my videos from now on. This is just my book corner. It started off as a book trolley and has come into book sort of waiting area with book other waiting area. So today's video I was planning on tidying up my book trolley, but I thought it's a high time I actually sorted out book corner. So I've brought you guys along with me. I've done these tidying up my book trolley videos before and you always seem to quite enjoy them. And yeah, I'm going to be tidying up and working through my bookish dumping ground and you guys are gonna come along with me. So as I first said, so first of all, I think it's probably best to have a mouthful of tea and move this side table out. So there we go. It's also, it needs a good hoover in here. So that's being moved over there. And then this, come closer. Well, this is where I keep some library books. So I've got a lot of library books to sort through. Let's talk about them. There's so many angles in this video. So the library book situation is thusly. As I get them in, if I haven't hauled them, which I have hauled these ones, I use two different libraries. Look at the state of all this bloody fluff. Long-haired cats. I use two different libraries and I try and keep those library books separate so that I know what needs to go to what library. And these ones I've hauled but I've had for ages, and I got, it's great to use your library, but I've got 27 books out from the library at the moment and they were, well, I thought one day late, so 20p per book for 27 books, that's £5.40. So yeah, so don't get your library books late. So what I'm going to do with these ones here, which I've got no plans to read, I've done my TBR, that's up there, I've got no plans to read these books. I think what I'm going to have to do is just send them back because I can't be in a situation. Normally I'm really good with keeping on top of it. I'll tell you what had happened is that I thought, oh yeah, those books are due the last day of August, in my head thinking that the last day of August was the 31st of August, which it was. However, the books themselves were due on the 30th of August. So I'd looked at that, thought, oh, it's okay, they're due the last day of August, and then sort of like extended it. Look, I'm making excuses for myself, but they were late, and I can't keep spending money on library books. So these are all going to go back. So Sam Selvon, The Lovely Londoners, Lisa Taddeo, Animal, Leonard and Hungry Paul by Ronan Hessian. I'm actually going to remember that because I want to get that out again in March next year for the Irish Readathon. I mean, hopefully you girls are running the Irish Readathon again, let's say. Nobody's Victim by Carrie Goldberg. Milk Blood Heat by Dantiel W. Moniz. A Crooked Tree by Una Manion. Donna Tartt, The Little Friend. What was I thinking? That's massive. The Man Who Didn't Call by Rosie Walsh. That's also an Irish author, so I think I will probably get that. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, well, that's not the person I thought that wrote it, so maybe that's not an Irish author. Hold Back the Tide by Melissa Salisbury, The Offing by Benjamin Myers, The Secret River by Kate Grenville, Threadneedle by Carrie Thomas, and Lot by Brian Washington. So those ones are going to go back to the library. Then I've got, so they're from the library. Oh God, there's so much fluff. Then I've got books here which to the library closer to me, but these aren't due back until the end of September. I'll actually look at the date rather than just assume it. But they can stay, along with that one. So that's The Saint of Lost Things by Tish Delaney, Metronome by Tom Watson, and Love Me Not by Kirsty Capes. So they can stay, although I'll put them here because we're going to hoover. And then I've got two more that I picked up from the library yesterday, which I think, well, this one is Halloween Party by Agatha Christie, so that's going to go on the TBR for next month. Also, this is a sneaky one because it doesn't look like a library book. It hasn't got any of that sort of shiny stuff on it, so I must remember that this is a library book. So that's going to go on the TBR for next month. And then I've got The Club by Ellery Lloyd, and I need to read this soon because it's got like 6 reservations on it, so that's going to go on the TBR for this month. So one TBR for there, one TBR for there. They're staying, but they're going back once it's been hoovered, and these are going to go back for return. We're getting there. Then what we've got here is coming to the end of sort of like a project that was going on. So first of all, we've got 2 puzzles. One that I've done, The World of Jane Austen, a jigsaw puzzle with 60 characters and great houses to find, which I really enjoyed. Where have I put my Tudor one of these? I wonder if David's popped it away over there. And then one that I haven't done, which is Mayhem in the Library, which has just been sent to me by Big Potato Games. So puzzle land there because they were being done. I've got a Sainsbury's magazine here, which I'm very excited about. It's the September 2021 one. 2022. It's 2022 now. Look at this autumnal front cover. That is when I know it's my time. That looks absolutely delicious. It's a best ever cottage pie. It looks as though it's got meat in it, but hey, I'm just going to replace that meat with a can of lentils and have a lovely cottage pie time. So I want another peruse of that. Then I've got, as I said, the end of a project. So earlier this year, I made a video where I talked about books from my shelves that I thought were going to be 5-star books. Now, I think that book included 7 books. Now we're getting down the business end of the years. There's only 2 of those books left. So what was previously quite a big pile of books has become 2 books. So I need to find a home for those guys as well. One of those will go on my TBR for October, obviously. I think I know which one, so I'll put that in the October TBR pile. I won't spoil it for you all yet because you'll want to watch that video. And then the other one can go for November. And then I've got here, which also needs to go back to the library. This is the end of the 6 Tudor Queen series. This is the last book. Sad, isn't it? The last book in the 6 Tudor Queen series. Catherine Parr, the 6th wife, she's entitled. And I'll be reading that in November. So as you could probably tell, I'm filming a vlog for 6 Tudor Queens at the moment. I've started reading today Catherine Howard, the 5th book, which is why I've got a high ponytail and why I've got my 6th musical t-shirt on. And then this is The Shadow of the Queens, Tales from the Tudor Court. And this is short stories that Alison Ware wrote following the publication of these books. And each of the book relates to somebody that appears in that Queen's lifetime. I think I'm probably going to do a reading vlog of this just to cap it all off early next year. So I need to return those 2 because they're both, I've renewed these 4 times and I don't need them until either November or next year. So if I can get them out again, I will, but if not, I'll put a reservation on them and get them out a bit later. So they also need to go back to the library pile. That has got rid of that old mess. So as I said, the top shelf is my TBR for this month. I will link my TBR for this month down below if you would like to go and have a look at it. It only came out on Thursday. I'm very excited about the TBR for this month. But there, as you can see, is a hell of a lot of books on there. I think there was 22 books. Well, let's make it 23, because as I said, this book that I've got out from the library, The Club by Ellery Lloyd, is now going to go on it because it's got reservations on it. I think it might only be a 2-week loan. So let me read you what it's about. I can't remember where I heard about this. I want to say Lena, maybe? There's No Place Like Home. The Home Group, a collection of ultra-exclusive private members clubs, is a global phenomenon. And the opening of its most ambitious project yet, Island Home, a forgotten island transformed into the height of luxury, is billed as the celebrity event of the decade. But as the first guests arrive, it turns out that things are far from perfect at home, because sometimes it is the most beautiful people who have the ugliest secrets. And in a world where reputation is everything, they do anything to keep them. So I think I'm going to move one of these back here. So what I do is these are all the ones that I've read. This one I'm currently in the middle of reading. I'm hoping to finish this tonight. I mean, I should finish it tonight. It's like about 40 pages. But I'm going to put that there so that I will be more reminded to read it. So let's have a little sort out. Oh, this has also been added to the TBR that wasn't on the TBR because my friend Emma's just lent it to me. I've been meaning to read it for ages. So that's going in there. I'll put that one back in there. And then this one can... There we go. Additions to the TBR. I've really got to get some reading done this month. Shelf 2. Now shelf 2 is where I put the books that I plan to read the following month. So there's a few books that go in there, as I said, for the following month. And sometimes if I've got books to haul, I will also put them in there. So I normally have 2 piles. However, at the moment in there's some headphones. I'll need those when I go for that run later. There is this Lit Chat. You might remember these from before. I did a series on my channel. These are made by Book Riot, and it's a collection of bookish sort of questions or discussion topics, and I'm going to be using them again, but more on that Tuesday. Don't just love it when people you barely know on the internet say to you, oh, I've got some big news coming up. I haven't got big news, but I have got news coming up, but that'll be happening on Tuesday. And then in here, I mean, this is my dream, Jen, who we all know and love, kindly sent me all of her Olive magazines from last year. She was getting rid of stuff, I think when she was moving, and she asked me if I wanted them, and I said yes please. Now I'm gonna have a look through these because summer cooking isn't my bag, summer in general isn't my bag, but there's some bloody delicious looking. Look at that. December, November, October, September, February, that's going to be cold food, like as in cold weather food. So I need to have a proper look through these and decide what I'm keeping. And if I don't keep them, I will give them to the rest of my mum. There's a fly in here because she loves to browse a cooking magazine. So yeah, let's just get excited though, because as it's, what's the most autumnal month? October probably. So here's October's from last year. Look at that pear cake on it. Let's just flip it and see if we can find something that looks amazing to all be excited about. Every single page I'm flipping to has no recipes on. And I want something that's obviously not got any meat in it. Oh God, this looks good. Cheddar and rose harissa stuffed pan perdue. Eggy bread, French toast or pan perdue, whatever you call it. We're giving this brunch dish. Oh my life. That looks amazing. So yeah, so those are to be sorted through. And that now has filled up this, emptied this. It's quite dusty in there. Probably do it getting the hoover in there actually, to put in the books that I plan to read for next month, so that they can go in there, and then any books I get I'll put on a haul pile here. It's this to sort next. This is the real problem area. It's this bottom shelf, which is covered up by books normally, higher than this, and it just gets every old bit of shit shoved in there. So rather than try and do it like this, I think I'm going to get it out and show you elsewhere. And then we're going to tidy it. And then we're almost done. This has actually taken quicker than I thought. I'm feeling pleased with myself. Let's get this out and I'll meet you over there, yeah? All right. Right, let's sort through this pile of tat and put it here or here and what's going in there. So, there was all sorts in there. A box of scented highlighters from Typo. They're very lovely highlighters, but let me tell you, there is not a whiff of scent in them. I don't know why I've kept them in this case, but there's two missing. I think they're in my pencil case, but I do still use those, so they are staying. Then we've got a little notebook that was given to me with a copy of a book that got sent to me by Bloomsbury, the publisher. I want to die, but I also want to eat Tia Bocco. Bocchi, maybe? But this is a little square pad one. I mean, I'm going to use that at some point. I don't know when, but I will use it. This came, so actually, this is all together. So, I subscribe to Paper Gang, which is a subscription box, which is amazing. But the last few ones, what's that? That's a Lakeland catalogue, we can get rid of that. The last few have been sort of like more bigger project things. So for instance, this one, which I love, has been a big colouring in project. It's actually like a sort of almost like a paint by numbers. Where is it? So yeah, it was sent, so this, yeah, big paint by numbers. And I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. So it's been languishing in the box there. So I will keep it in its box still. Big paint by numbers, and they send you, so with this box, I mean, I've got all of these pens, which are the pens which have the numbers on for the paint by numbers. And what I really like about it is that they come in either thin liners or this lovely sort of, oh, like a, almost like a paintbrush. So I will get round to doing that. And then with that, I also got sent one of these lovely planners, which I've got loads of. That's the only thing I will say about Paper Gang. I think they're brilliant, but if you subscribe to them for a long time, like I have done, you do get doubles, and this is a double. As well as these little tab things for books, which I always say are useful and then never use. And then this as well, Wish You Were Here, which I actually think I won't end up painting these. I think that's really nice. So yeah, so that one will be used, I promise. It's just I haven't had a chance to sort of sit down and do it. It's a big thing, so that can go back in there, I think, in the bottom. That's the other thing, like they go there out of the way, but then I forget about them, don't I? So that's that one, lovely. Doesn't even close up properly, so that can go back in there. I suppose we're getting rid of some other stuff. This is the one from July, I think. This was lovely. I don't know why I haven't got, oh, this is, oh God, I think I might have opened this and then not even had a chance to properly look at it. So this is a really summery one with a birthday card. Happy birthday, that's a lovely birthday card. And then 2 postcards, Wish You Were Here and Let's Go on an Adventure. Some stickers, a pen, stamps. I bloody don't remember this. So stamps, little like C stamps, this. And then this, which is always helpful. That's staying out. That's so helpful. That's going to be particularly helpful for that thing I was alluding to earlier that I'm not telling you about. It's really not a big deal. That's going in the bin because I've emptied that one. So I'm going to use these. These can go in my craft box and my card box. Places to go. That's going back in. Places to go. That's going to go. Yeah, there we go. Then I've got this one, which was in collaboration with the Eden Project. But I haven't even had this month's one yet. And this is a lovely little grower's journal. So I don't do much growing, but I think it's a lovely, lovely idea. And everything's made out of recycled paper. So here is a pencil made out of recycled paper. Here is a pen made out of recycled paper. Lovely. Need to get these things out so I actually use them. They can go there because I will actually use them. Then you get 2 cards which are gorgeous and have the Eden Project on them. So they can go in my card. I'm very grown up now. I have like a place where I keep cards. So if there's ever a birthday, I'm like, oh yeah, let me go to my card box. So I can get those from there. So they can go in there with the rest of the card box items. Then I've got this lovely piece of art which will probably go in a frame because I have framed these before. And that's lovely, isn't it? It's got 2 little birdies on it. So that's going to go in a frame. And then, as I said, this beautiful grower's journal, which I'm wondering if my dad or David's dad, who are both growers, would get use out of this. I don't want to give it to them if they're not going to get, well, I mean, I do want to give it to them. I want to give it to someone who's going to use it. So yeah, it's got a lovely thing. Entry, plant name, plant type, soil type, care level, sunlight, water, feed-in, temperature, humidity, care notes. I mean, if you were a grower, that's such a lovely thing. So that's going to be redistributed to somebody else, and that bit can go in the bin. Then I've got another, this is always helpful. I use these at work a lot, so that can come to work with me. Then another bit of art which says rise above it. So that can go with the, I don't know if I'd ever have that on. Then I've got last year's reading journal. So this is how I log my reading. I get a notebook from Typo and log my reading in it, and this is last year's, and I just haven't been able to part with it just because I like to look back and think, oh yeah, I read that and I watched that, and I sort of log everything nowadays. So like films I watch, TV programs I watch, all my videos and notes and book clubs and stuff go in here. So I've been loath to get rid of that, and I don't think I will, but I mean, I should probably find a better place for it than there. Another little to-do list. Then I've got some Sainsbury's magazines because I subscribe to Sainsbury's magazine as well. These are summer ones, so I'll probably get rid of those because summer's been and gone. Good riddance. We're moving on to like the end of it now. I've got a Christmas cross stitch, which is definitely going to get, I think my friend Emma bought this for me. I haven't got around to doing it, so I will do that this year. That can go in the Oh, then I've got some more dual end markers. I think I might put these sort of things in my stationery box. The boxes I allude to are old Lush advent calendars. One's got stationery in and one's got birthday cards and things like that. Here's a lovely autumnal bookmark, that's staying out. This is my Kindle, which is dead and has been dead for many, many years. This is like, I don't even know how old this Kindle is. But this is the case that my mum and dad bought it for me. I haven't had it plugged in for such a long time. I should probably plug it in, but I don't use it ever really. I think I've got enough really to be getting on with here with reading, but I will charge it up and see what happens. Then this is a tablet I got when I got my last phone, and I was using this to read books from Libby on. So at the moment I'm just using Libby to listen to audiobooks, but I was using this to read books from Libby on. But I don't know if it's just, I think it's just a really sort of cheap tablet, which I don't know if it's had any sort of updates or anything done, but when you try and turn a page, it literally takes forever, and I was getting more frustrated than enjoying using it. So maybe I should see if I can do some updates on that before I say no. More stickers. That looks like a Christmas sticker to me. They can go with stickers. Another one of those planners. As I said, you get quite a few planners. So that's three of those planners I've got. I ended up giving one of these to my mum. Oh, this one I've already started, so I can't give that one to someone else, but maybe I'll give these to one of my Patreons. Is it the same stuff? Yeah, it's basically it's the same stuff, but like different layouts in it. But yeah, maybe I'll do a little giveaway, but that one I've already started using, so we'll have to keep that one. Then I've got, this is also from Pancake. Seems like that's my Pancake. This I'm very excited about, and I was thinking about using this when it got to October outfits, which is fast approaching. This is a notes section again, little dots, but it's got this little strap on that goes on the front with a pen. That might be a mechanic. Oh no, it's a pen, a highlighter and a pencil, which I find very useful. So that I think I'm going to use for October outfits. I've got this little book that I got from Paper Gang, which I used for Vlogmas both last year and the year before. I'm not doing Vlogmas this year. I'm sure I've broken it to you a few times, but yeah, I'm not doing it this year because I'm getting married this year. So that will hang over and I can use that for the year after next. No, next year, 2023. Got a book about Norway that my mum and dad lent me because that's where David and I are going on our honeymoon. These are the places we are going, so that will become useful the closer it gets to there. Another little planning thing, week plan, doodles, notes and to do. I'm going to take one of these to work. Although I have a week planner that David bought me for my... They're very helpful, but you don't need multiple ones of them, do you? More stickers. Oh, they're tattoos. Oh, well, it's my niece's birthday soon, and my sister said to me she wanted me to be in charge of face paint and tattoos, so maybe I'll take these as well. I don't know if you're allowed to put those on children, but hey, we'll see. I'll ask her. That can go in there. These things I was hanging on to for colouring in for my niece. I don't know how much joy she'll get out of colouring in those for... Here's a book cosy with what book in it? Oh, the book club journal by Sana. Sana wrote a book club journal, which is fabulous, and it's kept in a book cosy, which stops your books getting damaged when they're in the bag, which I do need. So yeah, maybe I'll use that book club journal next year for my book club. And then I've got a little pin badge that came with the book of To Paradise by Hanya Yanagihara. Paradise is for some, paradise is not for all. I'll put that with my pin badges. And then I've got a eraser, which can go in with my stationery, and then a fountain pen, because one of the Paper Gang boxes was a calligraphy set, which, being a left-handed person, I've never felt brave enough to use because I'll just be dragging my palm all across the writing as I do it. Then I've got, oh, these are the best pens ever. If you're a scratchy pen, I'm a bit sad that I'm down to 5 already. They're not the cheapest of pens. I think it was £12.99 for a box of 10. But these are, somebody from, on one of my live shows recommended these, because I got a pen in one of my Paper Gang boxes, which I loved, which was like a scratchy pen. And I said, if anyone has pen expertise and knows a pen that's like this, and they only bloody, there's a really annoying fly in here. They only bloody delivered. It's a Muji gel pen cap type 0.38mm in black. I absolutely love these pens. I really, really like them. So yeah, there's only 5 of those left. Then I've got some more Sainsbury's magazines. April, January, March, February. Oh, that May one looks good. What's that? Strawberry ice cream bomb. But yeah, they've been looked through, they can go. And then this colour paper pad, which I always sort of try and say to my niece, oh, do you want to do some drawing? And she just wants to take things off my bookshelf and sort of like throw them around a bit. So, but I will need brightly coloured paper because Outfits October's coming up and I want to put my prompts on some brightly coloured paper. So that's all of that. This looks a mess down here. Let me sort that out and then return it to the book trolley. I'm hoovering, David, I'm hoovering. He won't believe his eyes. Oh, I'm gonna fix that. Well, there we go. A beautifully tidied book corner. I can't even tell you, I've been meaning to do that for such a long time. So thank you for coming along for me on the journey. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed that. It's quite a good Sunday morning video, wasn't it? To watch someone tidy something. Hopefully you're now thinking, oh, what can I tidy? I mean, if you're not, don't worry. And I'll see you all again on Tuesday for another BookTube video. Goodbye!